Good afternoon. My name is Officer Juan Asensio. First name is spelled J-U-A-N. Last name is spelled A-S-E-N-C-I-O. I'm with the Public Information Office. I'm here to provide some information on a recent incident that occurred today, October 23rd, 2021. At approximately 4 p.m., the Austin Police Department received a shoot-stab hotshot call located near the 6000 block of Wickman Avenue. A hotshot call is our highest priority call. This is when officers respond with lights and sirens. Original complainant advised that a male had been shot and needed EMS and police as quickly as possible. Once EMS and police arrived on scene, they found a male passed out at the front of a residence. EMS provided life-saving measures, but victim did succumb to his wounds. It was told to police that the victim and suspect had been in a verbal altercation in the back of a residence. That altercation ensued to the front yard, where a gunshot was heard. Complainant advised that suspect then left in a vehicle. Once officers arrived on scenes, like the complainant said, suspect had already left. But as of right now, that's all the information we have. Homicide is on scene, and they're continuing the investigation. This is an isolated incident. Do you guys have any other questions?
Do you think there's any kind of threat to the public currently, this with the suspect at large?
No, we don't believe so.
You guys, are you looking for someone right now? Description?
We don't have, obviously, we don't know exactly who it is, but we do have some information on possible suspects. But as of right now, that's all we have. We do have some victims, I mean, not victims, but some witnesses that they're interviewing right now. But that, as of right now, that's all the information we got.
And by that, any indication on a motive so far?
No motive. We don't know what caused all this.
This argument that took place first in the backyard and then transpired to the front,
yes,
were some of the witnesses actually there present at the time, or were these witnesses just in the surrounding area?
I do not know that. That wasn't very clear to me. But I believe someone did observe some of the disturbance. So I don't know if they caught the entire disturbance, but we do have witnesses that observed something.
It sounded like you said a shoot and stab off the top. A stab? What's the stab part?
Yeah, so our title code, when it comes on as a call, it'll say shoot stab. Since we don't know exactly what happened, they just labeled it together and it says shoot stab. So we don't know exactly if it's a stabbing or shooting, but it's our highest priority call. That's when we respond as quickly as possible.
And this took place inside or outside?
As of right now, what we have is everything was outside. Yes, sir.
The residence, did it belong to the victim?
I do not know. Do not know that right now.
Yes, the victim, was it just a single gunshot wound that was it fatal?
I believe it was multiple shots.
You said the victim was already dead by the time they got there, or they were working on the victim and then pronounced dead?
It is not clear. When officers and EMS arrived, they advised through the call text that the victim was unresponsive. So I do not know exactly if he was deceased at the time, but he was deceased on scene.
Where do you guys go from here as far as with the investigation and the scene here now?
As of right now, I don't know if y'all have been to the scene yet, but everything's caution tape out. We're taking pictures. We're speaking to as many witnesses as possible. We're interviewing as many people as possible, looking at cameras. We're doing everything we can to obviously figure out what happened here. But as of right now, it's kind of all we have.
It seems like kind of like the two people knew each other, I guess.
Possibly. I don't know. Could be a good
just it wasn't the argument ensued in the backyard. It wasn't a random drive-by or anything like that.
I believe not. No.
Is there anything else you can tell us? There was something suspicious just about the yard or anything like that? Something y'all picked up on? I know there was a car. There was a gray Nissan parked there that one of the officers had checked out, possibly as the suspect's car, or was that possibly the victim's car?
I don't know whose car that was. The only information we have is that suspect did leave in a vehicle. We don't have any descriptions. We just know that he did leave in a vehicle.
How much is this? How many?
I do not know, but I did want to give out the homicide tip line. Homicide tip line is 512-477-3588. Again, that is 512-477-3588.
Are you seeking public assistance help me locate.
Really, it's just any information that anyone saw that we haven't interviewed or spoke to right now, or that's on scene. If anybody saw anything or heard anything or knows anything, to contact our homicide tip line would be great.
No reward at the time or anything for information?
Not that I know of. No, sir.
Awesome.
Good.
Thanks so much, officer.
Cool.
Appreciate you, sir.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you all.